have to admit, I don't even remember exactly when it happened for me. I just know that where the motivational chants used to rise the energy within me, you know, the, well, if it was easy, everybody would do it. The, you have to be uncomfortable if you want to grow. The pain for gain philosophies of life. The same philosophies that I used to chant with so much pride because, oh, look at me, I am willing to do what others are not willing to do, and therefore I will succeed where others do not. There was an inherent pride in that identity for me until it felt flat, until I got to the space where I no longer wanted to struggle and strive and work myself into a coma every evening instead of being able to spend quality time with my family and having some real fun, energy left over at the end of the day. I just know it happened. And so, if you are finding yourself in that position, if you are a dynamic, driven, badass, high achieving woman, and you are just not excited by the masculine motivation philosophy anymore, then you're in the right place. Hey, my name is Elle. I work with accomplished women who have mastered the art of achievement and are now ready to experience life in all its beauty, presence, aliveness, pleasure, and richness. I want to speak directly to the Gen X women at this time. Not that I'm excluding everybody else, but Gen X women were born into the era of the high achieving women. The women who believed that in order for her to have a successful life, she needed to achieve great accomplishments in business, in fitness, in money, in all of the external things for which we are praised in this life. But it's more than that. There is a deep belief that in order for us to deserve this success, we have to sacrifice, especially ourselves, that we have to struggle, that we have to do the hard thing in order for us to be separated from mediocrity. And it's with this belief, this identity, that we create our lives. And we do so astonishingly well. We do achieve great things. But what I am finding more and more is as we are maturing, we are waking up from the spell that has been put upon us, that has us believe in this struggle and strife philosophy of life, and questioning what else is available for us. It took me almost 5 decades to realize that the richness of life is not to be found in the accomplishment, the external accomplishment, in the thing, but the richness is to be found in the journey with all the things speckled along the way. But it's not just the journey as an overall. Richness is to be found in the moment of the journey. Let me explain this a little bit more for you. As a high achiever, you are so focused on the outcome that you are willing to endure anything in the present. There is this belief that the more pain there is in the present, the greater the reward will be in the outcome. And that once we achieve the next thing, then we will finally feel enough. Then we will finally feel that we are accomplished. Then we will finally have our reward, which is the pleasure that we have been promised all of our lives. And it's this hope that continues to feed the high achiever and that continues to drive her into setting the next goal, into being uncomfortable once again, into enduring the pain because she believes in the gain. Except we never seem to arrive there. And that's because the identity is creating the experience, and the experience is all that there is. So often we hear people saying that, it's all about the journey. And we understand this intellectually. But what is the journey even? What I've come to understand is it's all about the experience in the now, in the present, in the enjoyment of what it is that you are focused on right here, right now. So when we start looking at business, for instance, a high achiever will believe that she has to push, that she has to work extraordinarily hard, that she has to constantly put herself in uncomfortable situations, in uncomfortable rooms, in order for her to eventually succeed. And it is this expectation that it's going to be hard. It's this expectation that it's going to be uncomfortable that creates her day to day experience. And so there is this ongoing suffering in the hope of the rewards. But when we ascend out of the high achiever consciousness into what I call the artist consciousness, we start understanding that it is the love of the art and the love of the practice of the art that is the whole point. That is the experience. So if you are going to create your own business, instead of following somebody else's blueprint, because it worked for them, and we're not taking away from that, as the artist, you want to figure out what is your personal blueprint, the thing that lights you up, the thing that you love doing every single day, not for the outcome, but for the pleasure of the practice. And we bring this philosophy into every aspect of life. The high achiever is so unpresent to the moment because there is too much pain in the moment for her to endure intensely, immersively. And so as the high achiever, you're just always focused on the next thing. Whereas the artist is so present in the moment because she understands that this is where the deliciousness lies. And I'm talking emotional, mental, physical, and sensory presence, where you move into every single space and you pay attention to the details. You find the beauty in the details and you find the enjoyment in the details. It's what slows life down so that we are not constantly chasing the next thing. Why would you want to be chasing the next thing when this thing is so delicious? And so as the artist, we intentionally create our experiences every single day in every area of life, whether that is in business, in physical health, in partnering with other people, in partnering with money, in having conversations, in moving our bodies. All of these things bring presence and pleasure. And that is what the rich life really is all about. So on the outside, people might think things look very much the same. You're still showing up, you're still kicking ass, you're still creating incredible results in your life. But the internal experience is like night and day. The internal experience is one of peace. The internal experience is one of delight, of enjoyment, of curiosity, of excitement, of divinity. I truly believe that this is the state in which we were all born. And this is a state that high achieving Gen X women are being called back into by remembering who they truly are and how they get to live. No longer enslaved to the mentality of the high achiever consciousness, which, by the way, is fear consciousness. I know it sucks, but it's true. And allowing yourself to ascend into the artist consciousness where you are intentionally creating yourself and your life, the artist and the art. Now, if this is something that you are interested in, I highly recommend you grab a copy of The Artist's State, my latest book, in which I go through all of these principles. I talk about the proving pattern in how we are conditioned to thinking we have to prove ourselves. We talk about the manifestation effect and the creation codes, and so that you can start intentionally and deliciously create your life experience. The link to the book will be down in the description. Grab your copy, work it, read it, study it, apply it with a curious mind, an experimentation mind, and start seeing how your experience of life literally transforms. I trust this video is of great value to you. My recommendation is listen to it a few times. Really listen to the nuances. Really think about this, ponder this. Sit and contemplate all of these things, journal on it. What is the experience that you are having as a high achiever? And what would life feel like if you were creating it as an artist, being super present in the moment and just sucking the marrow out of life? So until next time, have an amazing day further. And always remember, you are the artist and the art. So make your life a masterpiece. Cheers.